Get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that has nothing to do with homesteading whatsoever. Homesteading off the grid. I've just come from the North Pole. Well, I carpooled with the boss man up there, and he's instructed me to show you guys something really neat, something that you've still got time to get for that person that you think has everything but actually doesn't because they don't have one of these, just in time for Christmas. So, FYI, SeeSii, this is a sponsored video. This is a SeeSii product. If you want me to do this again next year with this very hot suit that doesn't breathe, we will be renegotiating the terms of our contract. Again, I will use the magic of Christmas to make a table magically appear. Magically. Awesome. You see how that works? And like, I even was moved backwards a little bit. So, let me get this big box out of the cart. Oh my gosh. This is what we're unboxing and demoing today. So, as of this recording, I don't know, it's whatever day it is. I'm gonna get my, whatever. There's time left to get this in time for Christmas. That's my point. I don't usually know what day of the week it is. But let's cut this big old thing open. All right, check this out. This is awesome. You guys are gonna love this. Whoever you know in your life that likes to go outside and do tree work, prune the trees. This is a SeeSii battery powered pole saw. It's really awesome. It's got long reach, 2-in-1 design, rechargeable brushless motor, sharp chain. Let's check it out and see how it looks. As you can tell, it's well packaged. You know, it is December, I know that much, sometime in December, and we're in Zone 7, Central Virginia. And so all of our trees and bushes that are deciduous, which is most of them, are dormant right now. So this is the time to actually do your tree work and your, between now and before they start budding, really, which here in the Central Virginia area starts as early as late February. So you want to have all this done by the end of March, mid-March. Oh my goodness. Wow. So much stuff in here. And I'm happy to see that it is the multiple tool product they said they were sending. Because listen, I have a pole saw, I have some really awesome SeeSii electrical shears, and I have a really awesome SeeSii mini chainsaw. And SeeSii has just recently come out with this product, which is all 3 of those in one. So let me show you. Now here's a harness. For today's purposes, I probably will not be putting this on. I never use the harnesses because these tools are typically pretty light. And I actually work out. I mean, you can't tell by looking, but like if I take the GRINCH suit off, it's like, you know, you can tell. But they're not heavy and they're easy to use. And so I just don't use the harness because I'm not a sissy, okay? But here is the pruner. Have one on, oh, look at this. It comes with work gloves. It comes with the chain for the chainsaw. That's a replacement, I'm sure. A little bottle of lube, which always comes in handy. Man, this is awesome. Here's the actual pole attachment. So the battery will go down here. Looks like you just push this button or this one. There we go. Straighten that out. And what I did there is I've used these products so many times, I don't even really need to look at the owner's manual. But I will for this one because I can see there's a lot going on here. So this is actually the end where the battery will go. And to be able to engage the motor, it does have a safety and a trigger. So there's the pole part. This is a pruning part. Now, to my understanding, we're going to find out as we go along, you can actually attach the pruner to the head of the pole saw and prune up at higher reaches, which is going to be beneficial. We planted about 60 fruit trees in a fruit orchard, and I'm going to go down there and demo this stuff for you once we get it put together and I explain to you how to do it. But every year, you just, every other year, once they're well rooted, you go in there, you prune them up so they come back even more beautiful the next year, more full. You guys, most of you know how this works. Now, here's the actual mini chainsaw, which you can use. Look at that, it's got a guard on it. Let me get closer for you. It actually does come with a chain on it. So this product, look at that, SeeSii. This product actually comes with multiple chains, the one that's on it, and then you got a backup. FYI, I have the mini chainsaw that I have from SeeSii that I've been using for the last, I think it was been more than a year and a half. I still have not replaced the original chain. It's not been stretched out. It's not become dull. So it's nice of them to send that though. And then it comes with 2 actual rechargeable 21 volt batteries. Okay, now these things, typically when you get a SeeSii product, they'll come with enough charge in them for you to maybe use the tool for about an hour. But I do, like I said, have other SeeSii products, so I've actually got some of these plugged in and fully charged in the garage. So I'm going to step away here in just a minute because I wasn't prepared. My boss was up here yelling at me. I couldn't think of what I had to do, so I did forget that one thing. So I'll pause that here in a minute to go get that. But here's the charger. You just plug it in to a standard outlet, and then you plug the end of the charging cord into this hole right there in the center of the battery. And it takes maybe 2 to 3 hours to get a full charge on these. I know this from experience. I've done it so many times. But for example, let's take one of the batteries they sent. It just goes like that. And again, for this chainsaw, you'll need to push the safety and the trigger. But you see there? See how easy that is? So I could use that for a while if I wanted to. This saw does have a 6-inch blade, and it has a port for your oil, for your chain oil. And then you can use this right here to kind of press the oil down in there as your chain dries. Let's take the battery off. You know what? Let's use the other battery just to show you that the proof is in the pudding. We're going to go with the pruners. Now to turn this one on, it's a little bit different. Oh, look at that. It's got a little on off button right there. Awesome. See that? Again, you notice I pushed the red button and then you heard it come on. After that, you have to hold the trigger down for about 2 to 3 seconds and then quickly double click it like that. Click, click. And then to turn it off, I do this and hold it in so that, see that? Okay, no, wait, that slowed it down. Well, if you take the battery out, it's off. Just don't cut yourself with the blades. Now, here's the pole saw mechanism. Let's say, okay, again, the battery goes down here on the bottom port. Easy enough. This tool, as you're seeing, is really self-explanatory. Okay, again, so we've put the battery at the base of the pole, right? Up here at the top. Now, remember there's a safety button and a trigger. It's not doing anything, right? Well, it's because we haven't put our attachment on the end yet. So just because it's on top, let's grab the chainsaw. Again, the battery pack's been taken out because it's now on the pole. So this won't work. But watch this. When we slip them together, and you slide them together the same way you put the battery in. There's grooves, you just line it up. Now watch. Again, push the safety, pull down the trigger, and we're ready to cut. Okay, now to take the saw off the top, you simply Simply, well, but look at that. That's to adjust it. I'm glad I found that. See that? And it clicks into place. So it is an adjustable head. See that? And you can even go like that because you might have difficult angles at times you need to cut. So that's really great. Then to get this off, oh, I'm sorry, it's on the front. Just the same with the battery, the exact same way with the battery. Slides right on, locks into place, slides right off. Now, this is what really attracts me to this product because I like to cut the suckers off the trees and they'll come out quite a ways up the trunk. And with my handheld shears from before, from SeeSii, I pretty much, if I couldn't reach it, I couldn't unless I got a ladder. But with this, that's not necessary. Once again, you slide the attachment on like such and so. And just so this isn't all out of whack, I'm just going to change it to there. Actually, I'll make this one straight up. And then again, depress the safety and pull the trigger. Well, we got to turn it on. There, turn it back on. Safety and trigger. Look at that. So my mistake was, and when I make mistakes, I usually let them fly because I want you to see that I'm real and you might have the same mistake you're making. So I did have to turn it on once I attached it. And remember, once you hit the power button and you hear the beep, you got to hold it down for a couple of seconds and then a quick double tap. And then you simply go back to the way it works. Wow. How awesome is that? Now, the next feature before we actually put this thing into use is the fact that it does adjust. Okay, so right now it's about 5.5 feet tall. How far does it extend? Does it say? Well, let's find out because I can just guesstimate. Now look, this is pretty simple. You unscrew this to loosen that up and then look at that, pole comes right at, ooh, it's got a spring in there, so you gotta be careful. Make sure you're holding it as you tighten. Then you simply tighten it back up, there you are. Then there's another one, it's over 7 feet tall right now. So again, unscrew to loosen it up, pull it up while you're securing it between your legs. Tighten it back up, and look at that. Let me show you how tall it is. Can you even see the top still? Look at that. That's 8 feet. At least. Now, you just heard a beep and you see that this isn't working. Now it's working again. It has an automatic shut off. If you don't engage the clippers for 2 minutes, it will shut off to save the battery life. So this is how long this sucker is. I'm going to take this with the pruners. I'm going to take the chainsaw attachment, which will become the pole saw, the actual pole saw when we put it on the pole. For now, though, again, you can use it as a handheld mini chainsaw to cut maybe your smaller stuff if you're working on kindling. Or let's say you live in a subdivision and your trees, it's not like this. You don't live in a forest and you don't need a big old Husqvarna chainsaw, which is what I have, not sponsored, because it is a SeeSii sponsored video. This is perfect. This is ideal. Like if you're a retiree and you're living in a community, where you've got maybe one tree and a few bushes, this is probably the only tool you'll ever need. But if you combine it with this, definitely the only multi-tool you'll ever need. Now I'm going to stop the video right now and go down to the orchard just to show you how good this stuff actually works. And I have a tendency to neglect putting the prices of these products in the description box. I'm going to go to Amazon and get that price. So when we make the scene, see, it's turning off. Isn't that great? I will out-talk the battery life of any electrical product I have. So this one's like crazylake proof. That's great. All right, let's go to the orchard. Keep getting my 6. Okay, so the orchard is actually down there across the driveway. See my bees maybe down there? They're behind this giant pear tree. I call it a giant pear tree. It's not too big, but it is one of the first trees we planted here when we bought this property 8 years ago. It was a hayfield. That entire hedge down there I planted, those trees were 2 feet tall or less 6 years ago. Now they're over 20 feet high, and you might not be able to see them due to the quality of the video, but because they've lost their leaves. But we have fruit trees, pear trees, apple trees, apricots, plums, and we get literally truckloads of fruit every summer. It's great. What do we do with it all? We eat what we can, we eat what we want, and we just let the wildlife have the rest. But this big old tree here, this pear tree, has gotten kind of gnarly. So we're going to start with it just to test the products. So the first thing I'm going to do for the closer to ground level limbs that I can reach and prune, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how you use the pruners just as the pruners without being on the pole. So again, you got to take the top off, you take the battery pack out, put them back together, turn it on, 1, 2, double tap, good to go. All right, let's check it out. So clearly I can reach this. I mean, does it get any easier than that? No. And look at that nice clean cut. And FYI, we actually sell our fruit sticks on our Etsy store for people who have gerbils, hamsters, rabbits as pets. FYI, the link's in the description box for that as well. Now, watch. Well, shoot, I just can't seem to reach that next level up. So let's take the back out, okay? Because we need some extension here. Let's put the power pack back in the base of the pole, come up here to the end. And again, just to show you how you do this part of it again, I'm gonna reduce the length of the pole. You unscrew here, comes right down, then tighten it back up before you use it, okay? And I could do the other, but are you gonna be able to see here? Yeah, that's good enough. Then I just attach, follow the grooves. See there? Turn it on. 1, 2, double tap. We're good to go. Now, instead of going, I can't jump, I can go like this. I don't need to jump. Can you guys see the top of that? Let's pick something a little bit thicker. Wow, did you see that? Wow. Check that out. Nice clean cut, nice and crisp. So we're not damaging the tree. That's a big one. Gonna get lots of gerbil snacks off of that. But now let's say it's something thicker, like a thick limb that this simply isn't going to wrap around. That, my friends, is when we take off the pruner attachment and then we apply the chainsaw attachment like that. Remember, there's a safety trigger, a safety button you must hold down, and then the trigger. So now, this one right here is pretty thick. Look at that. And I can actually use the saw to bring it down as well. Let's see how thick that one is. I mean, look at this. This limb itself is like the size of a tree. Losing my head here. And again, a nice clean cut. Now the saw was bouncing around a little bit. That was no fault of the saw. That's just that I haven't used a pole saw since probably 2 winters ago, because I spent last winter in Southeast Asia, Philippines. But yeah, it does the job. And once I go around and cut maybe 6 or 8 of these off, I'll have the balance and the weight thing down, and I'll be able to do it much more smoothly. But certainly does the job. All right, anybody got any hungry hamsters? All right, so anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It's a great product, and I did check the price. I'm going to put the link in the description box below for this product from my wonderful sponsors at SeeSii, and currently it's on sale. It's like $159.99. So for $160 roughly before taxes and whatever, you're getting electric pruners, electric mini chainsaw, electric pole saw, and pole clippers all in one. You can't beat that. Get that for somebody that you know who loves to get out and do tree work like myself. Thanks for being here from the greatest. What? Oh my gosh. He's waving me up there. He says he's got more stuff for me to demo and push between now and Christmas. So thank goodness there's still just enough time to get these products. So I'm going to go up here and check with the boss what he, she, it, or they want me to promote next. Thanks for being here at the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that typically doesn't have anything to do with homesteading. Kind of did today. And SeeSii, again, you want me wearing silly costumes for these demo videos? We're going to renegotiate that contract. See y'all for more next time. I'm coming. I'm coming.